Welcome to Quack&Co, the board game channel where every video is 10 minutes or less guaranteed, and today we're asking the question, is Spiritfire from Orange Nebula Games a good game to back? This is our Before You Back series where we analyze 10 different categories, scoring them on a range from 1 to 10 and providing you with an official Before You Back score so you can know, so you can feel confident if the framework, the things surrounding your venture into this game, your investment in this company is a sound decision, a smart choice, or one that you might want to reconsider or rethink. This is a solo game primarily, so if you're a solo player, you should be interested. If you're not a solo player, it can be played multiplayer, but there's still going to be solo experiences that are brought together. The core premise of Spiritfire is you're a magical being, you're a creature, a human, a person, a character existing in this realm, and you have to go through these journeys, these experiences to gain knowledge, greater understanding, and greater power. There's no fighting, there's no combat, but there are strategic puzzles, whether it's strategic card play of how you build your deck, or these kind of abstract puzzles that are side quests that you do as you explore the realm. So if you like deck building, if you like strategic card play, if you like improving your knowledge of a game system, and you like abstract puzzles, again, this one might be one that you should be paying attention to. That's the core framework. It is very much a solo puzzle game. So why is it so confusing with how they're pitching it? Well, they're pitching it as this abstract legacy style game, very similar in some ways to how Awakened Realms released Dragon Eclipse just recently, where you're going to be opening card packs throughout the course of the game. These are reusable card packs, and I don't think there's anything exclusive outside of this campaign. They're not planning to sell you living legacy card packs, as far as I can tell. There's nothing saying they're not, as far as I can tell as well. But right now, it seems like everything's contained in the box, and you have these card packs that you open up as you play the game that change the experience based off how you've explored them. There's 3 categories of card packs. There's going to be your character card packs, the realm card packs, along with the character box and the realm box that merge together to start this narrative. They can't really tell you how your experience is going to be because those 2 things will change the entire experience of the game. And then finally, you have your quest card packs, which are going to influence and narrate what your character decides to embark on and how they start approaching whatever mission it is they have. You'll play through until you come to the end of your character's life, and they'll express that knowledge into the ether, giving whoever you play as next a little bit of a buff when going on or continuing with the adventure and with the story. Again, I've had a hard time knowing exactly what this game is talking about. Now, they do have 5,000 people backing. They've raised $600,000, $660,000, which I think is very solid. It's very good. They have 7 days left to go. Publishers and designers, again, coming from an established publisher, coming from a high-quality group of designers, this is a 8 and a 10 out of 10. The publisher is a 10 out of 10. No chance they're not going to deliver. They do quality work. They always get their games into their backers' hands. They delayed this by months so that they could release it after they've done everything they needed to do with their last campaigns and people are ready to get it into their hands. I'm giving them as designers an 8 because they're trying to be very ambitious. I've seen them execute on their overt ambition in the past, but that doesn't mean they're going to be able to do it consistently here. It's not a perfect score, but it's pretty darn close to perfect as we go. As far as reviewers on this campaign, well, there really are only 2. There's Boardgame.Co and there's where is it? Where are 2 guys? There's really only 2 reviewers, Tim Choon and Boardgame.Co. I'm scrolling too fast now. Either way, there's really only 2. They came to their studio. They were able to film a little bit there. I think they had an expansion that they brought back. Overall, the reviewers seem very quality about the game. Tim Choon was maybe a little bit more hedged Alex said if you like solo puzzles, this seems to be the game for you, or a game that you should be interested in. And Meg says that she really likes the experience overall and all the art and stuff you get to unlock along the way. I gave that anywhere from a 6 to a 10 out of 10. I would have liked to see more reviewers, but the reviewers they have create quality work. They do a good job covering Kickstarter projects, and so I can understand why they went with those two. Production quality, 10 out of 10 for Orange Nebula. They always produce high quality games, and they always think about the process of the play experience and not just making things look pretty or overtly ostentatious. Exclusives. You actually have quite a few exclusives throughout this. I gave this a 10 out of 10 as well. They have a mark on here that shows everything that's going to be free, and there's a lot of little bonuses. It's about a $130 value for $99, so a lot of extra little things that are added into this. I don't know that everything is going to be Kickstarter exclusive. Usually ONEB has access to them in their kind of over on their website later on, but it does seem to indicate that there's quite a few things here that are only immediately going to be available through this Kickstarter. Retail. Is it coming to retail? I don't see this happening. With the nature of what this game is, it seems like this is going to be a very hard one to get at retail. It's a very specialized, very specific category of games with a very limited fan base. I mean, a solo game that has all these different colored module boxes and you need to buy multiple things to have them mixed together. I just don't see it hitting retail shelves that often. Now, if you have an exclusive game store that does amazing deals, maybe, but even there, the price is going to be higher than I think what you're going to be paying here on this campaign. So 10 out of 10 when it comes to retail. Their schedule is December next year. I think they've been pretty good at hitting their deadlines. I do think this is going to be delayed a little bit because of how expansive it is. So I gave them an 8 out of 10. I don't doubt that a year and a few months is a good timeline for this. It does seem like they're fairly well produced, but I wouldn't be surprised to see this rolling over into maybe spring 2025 instead of December 2024. Moving on down, talking about savings, again, I think you're looking at anywhere around maybe $40 in total savings, $130 value or so that's priced down to $99 for the core pledge, which the core pledge does include basically everything that you need to actually get the game up and running. The value, again, I think is going to be a 10 out of 10. There's a lot of value put into this. If this looks like the type of game you're looking for, ONEB does an amazing job at just enhancing and investing as much value as possible. And then finally, the price point. This is where we have those hidden fees and the extra stuff that's included in the conversation. Your price point, I gave a 6 out of 10. From my calculations, if I was going to get everything I wanted from this pledge, including at least one additional colored box, I'm looking at about $224. That's with sleeves and everything else that I'd want for a full game experience. If I was only going to be buying gameplay only content that's available, I'm looking at $165 before shipping. That is really, I think, the base pledge. $99 for the core box, and then you got to do your add-ons. You can't let go of the extra world packs, the character packs, and all the extra module stuff they're giving to you, because this is a game that is designed around those concepts. So $165 is the realistic base pledge, which is almost double what their core pledge seems to indicate. And then if I was going to be playing with multiple players, you're looking at a minimum of $264. You might be looking anywhere into the $300 to $500 range, maybe 5 times the initial price. If you want to play with multiple people sitting down, you have a couple, you want to play 2-player, going head to head into these worlds and exploring them together, that's a big price tag. But it doesn't hurt their score that bad. Orange Neb is a reliable company. Orange Nebula is a reliable company, and Spiritfire looks very interesting for a very, albeit select genre of players. Depending on how you rank the reviewers they have, anywhere from that 6 to 10 category, my base score for Spiritfire is an 88 out of 100. This is a confident back. This is a quality game, it looks like, and if you know what you're getting into, I think there is no doubt you're going to love the experience of this game. The only way you're going to be disappointed is if you buy something without doing your research. If you don't like abstracts, if you're not a solo player, then this isn't for you at all. But outside of that, I think this is a trusted one to invest in, a trusted one to purchase, and probably going to hold its value very well, because I don't think this is going to be readily available outside of this marketplace, and in the past, ONEB games have held their value in the third-party area very, very confidently. So if you don't like it after that first month of playing it, you should be able to sell it without a problem. So there you have it, an 88 out of 100, and if you give the reviewers a 10 out of 10, if you're a big fan of Tim Schoon or a big fan of Boardgame.Co, you give them a 10 out of 10 because you trust their word, then you're looking at a 90 plus. You're looking at a 92 out of 100, which basically is a surefire insta-back.